Hello, hello! I have just under 2 minutes to tell you the entire history of the Chicago hot dog, which is very long, so we're just going to jump right in. So, the Germany, Austria, Poland region of the world is widely regarded as the sausage capital of the world, and so it should come as no surprise that the humble hot dog has its origins here as well. Now, hot dogs were first brought to the U.S. as a cased pork sausage sometime in the 1840s. With an influx of German immigrants who were escaping the German Revolution of the time. Now, sometime between here and the turn of the century, there was a second influx of immigrants, specifically Jewish immigrants, who brought with them kosher laws. Now, the kosher laws required beef, and they are quite restrictive, and so because of the low standards in the food processing industry at the time, all beef kosher dogs quickly became popular, and so they are used in the Chicago dog to this day, specifically the Vienna brand. Now, the second piece of the puzzle is in 1909, there was a man named Sam Rosen who moved from New York to Chicago. He opened a bakery and he began selling poppy seed buns. We were not able to find these. They are pretty much a regional thing, and so if you can find them, go ahead and use them in yours, but we didn't use them in ours. And then finally, the final piece of the puzzle was the Depression of the 1930s. So at this point, even the hot dog was too expensive for most people who were out of work because it would take 3 or 4 hot dogs to fill up a single adult. And so what street vendors did was they started adding different vegetables in order to make a complete meal out of a hot dog. And so, they would try different things, and there was lots of different combinations at this time. But what eventually came out of it at the end of the Depression was what you know today as the Chicago-style dog. And this is the story of the Chicago dog, why it's called a dog that's been dragged through the garden. And so in order to do that, what you do is you boil your hot dog, you steam your bun as you've just seen, and then you're going to add 1 strip of mustard, just like that. You're going to add your sweet pickle relish along the side of the dog, just like that. And then the next thing you are going to add is your diced onion. You are going to want to use white onion for this. It's got a distinct flavor that is going to really set off everything else, all the other ingredients here. Okay. Don't worry too much about getting everything perfect. That's not the idea behind a Chicago dog. You've got so much stuff in there that it's really, no matter how you do it, it's gonna look nice. And you're gonna add your tomato wedges. I don't know if there's a specific type of tomato that's used. I really don't think that there is. I think it's more just the moisture and just kind of the juiciness of a tomato that you're adding here, and also the flavor, obviously. And then you're going to take a dill spear, put it on the other side from the tomato, and finally your sport peppers. And sport peppers, again, are a regional thing. If you can't find these, you can either really substitute in pepperoncinis, which I think are very similar in taste, so you're not going to be missing too much. Finally, the last thing you're going to add is a dash of celery salt. And that will complete your Chicago-style dog. Look at that beautiful hot dog. With that, we're ready to enjoy this yummy and delicious meal.